Let's make a plant-based sweet potato casserole with 0 refined sugars. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we're going to make this delicious sweet potato casserole so that you can test this out before the holidays come and make sure you get that onto your list for that beautiful dinner. So we are going to start with our sweet potatoes. I mean, it's fall, it's sweet potato season. Look at those beauties. I already cooked these up in my Instapot because that is the easiest way to do it. You don't have to prick them or anything. You just rinse them off, throw them into the Instapot. I cooked them for 13 minutes on pressure cook, and they come out perfect every time. You don't even have to think about it. All right, so we're going to throw those into our blender. This is about 3 pounds of sweet potato. And roughly, I think it was like 4, medium-sized potatoes. Then I've got 6 deglette dates that are already pitted. If you're using medjool, just use 3. And that level of sweetness is kind of up to you. If you like that really ooey gooey, sticky, sweet potato pie, you might, or casserole, I think it's pie because it's so sweet. You might want to use a couple more in there, but I like it to be a little bit of a milder sweetness. Then I have a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder, 2 teaspoons of a low sodium tamari, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/3 cup of an unsweetened soy milk, but you can use whatever plant milk you like. I always just stress that you use unsweetened because the sweetness is going to come from those dates. And then 1/3 cup of vegetable broth. And we're just going to stick it in our blender, and we're going to turn it on low until it starts pulling that down and mixing really well. And you just want to mix it until it's a really, kind of a pudding-like consistency. All right, there we go. Essentially, you just want to get it so that those dates are all pulverized. Now I'm going to grab my casserole dish, and then I'll show you what we're going to do for that delicious topping. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, for this topping, we're just going to do kind of a classic pecan crumble. So I've got 1½ cups of pecans here, then 3 deglette dates, and like I said before, if you're using medjool, maybe like 1½ medjool dates, 1/3 cup of rolled oats, and just a teeny bit of cinnamon. I would say maybe about 1/4 teaspoon. Just like that. And we're just going to use our NutriBullet here. And we're just going to blitz it, kind of pulse it a little bit. We don't want it to become completely fine like a flour. We kind of want it to be a crumble top, like a streusel type of topping. All right, just like that. You can see it's kind of crumbly like that. All right, so I've got my casserole dish here. This is, I believe, 8½ by 8½ or 9 by 9, roughly something close to that. You could probably even go just maybe a little bit smaller. So we're just going to spread our sweet potato mixture into the bottom. And then just spread it out evenly You don't have to worry about what the top looks like because it's going to be completely covered with those pecans. All right. And now you just get to just sprinkle this on top. And my oven is already preheated on 350 degrees. Okay, now we're just going to pop it in the oven for 35 minutes. Okay guys, it is out of the oven. So for the last couple minutes, I turned on my broil setting just to kind of brown the pecans a little bit on the top. So all that's left is to let this cool for a few minutes, and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, so creamy. All right, it's still pretty hot, so. So creamy. It's almost like a dessert. Come on back next week for another great recipe.